Me, Skip, I think Floyd just looked. Floyd, you done made enough money.
Things didn't go right. Took a loss. I took a heavy loss, actually. But nothing can hold me back.
Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharpe has commented on discussions surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr. and reported financial matters, expressing criticism about how such situations were handled. Sharpe emphasized that individuals at Mayweather's level are expected to exercise greater caution and personally verify important financial and legal details before proceeding with major transactions. His remarks focus on accountability and the importance of due diligence when dealing with large sums of money. These comments have contributed to broader conversations about financial responsibility among high-profile athletes and the risks associated with complex business dealings.
Disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has addressed public discussions about his relationship with money by explaining that his focus on wealth does not define his character. From his perspective, money serves as a means to support his lifestyle and enable opportunities and experiences that might otherwise be inaccessible. He has described financial freedom as a way to pursue personal goals and explore different ventures, framing his approach as intentional rather than negative. This viewpoint helps explain why he has taken unconventional paths in both business and public appearances, particularly in how he manages and presents his financial success.
Floyd, you seem really comfortable talking about money. A lot of people in the UK are not. So what are your beliefs around money?
Just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family. We can't feed our family just saying I love you. Money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience and do different things. We're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things. And for those people that don't have any money, because life is all about having different experiences.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has described his approach to business as one that involves taking significant risks and investing in opportunities that others may not fully understand. He has suggested that the strategy is intentional, aiming to explore ventures that could lead to high returns, even if they are uncertain. According to his own perspective, this method does not always succeed, and he has acknowledged that a large portion of such investments may not produce favorable outcomes. This reflects a mindset focused on high-risk, high-reward decisions, where occasional successes are expected to offset a higher number of unsuccessful attempts.
The money I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me. And it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing. I've gotten great results because I took my time.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has frequently shared images and videos that highlight large cash holdings and bank deposits, using these displays as part of his personal brand and public image. From his perspective, such presentations are a way to reflect his achievements and the level of success he believes he has reached. At the same time, commentators like Shannon Sharpe have raised questions about whether emphasizing visible displays of wealth could overshadow the importance of long-term financial planning and disciplined money management. This contrast has contributed to ongoing discussions about the difference between demonstrating success publicly and maintaining sustainable financial practices behind the scenes.
The Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. Yeah. I need everybody. Everybody. At Girl Collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl Collection. Yeah.
Shannon Sharpe has commented on the nature of exhibition events involving Floyd Mayweather Jr., suggesting that some of these matchups are driven more by entertainment value and audience demand than by traditional competitive boxing standards. His remarks reflect the view that such events are structured to attract viewers who are interested in seeing a spectacle rather than conventional sporting contests, drawing comparisons to entertainment-based formats. This perspective has contributed to broader discussions about how exhibition fights are positioned in modern combat sports and how they are perceived in relation to an athlete's legacy and career achievements.
I'm sure he could be 60 years of age and people would still pay per view to watch him box someone.
So the allure is still there.
Yeah.
They want to see Floyd get beat, even if it's somebody that's not a name that a YouTuber did something that a world champion couldn't do.
Yeah. Didn't.
Yes.
No.
But I saw Floyd Mayweather get knocked down.
But at what point does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0. And that's the allure of this.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with can't put him in harm's way. So he doesn't see like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
It definitely was like WWE.
Shannon Sharpe has shared critical views regarding exhibition bouts involving Floyd Mayweather Jr., including his fight against Logan Paul. He expressed the opinion that such events differ from traditional championship-level competition and are primarily driven by entertainment and financial incentives. Sharpe's comments reflect a broader debate about how exhibition matches are perceived in relation to an athlete's legacy. From his perspective, participation in these types of events can raise questions about whether financial motivations outweigh considerations of sporting tradition and long-term reputation.
Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah. Get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
It's not even the right Paul. It's not Jake Paul. It's the older
we get
brother.
the brother. We get the brother.
He's
there.
easier.
Look, I was like, I started with the moment Nate Robinson hit that canvas face first.
Yep.
I'm like, who can we nominate as an athlete to get our get back? I looked at James Johnson.
Okay, but it's not Jake. It's the older brother.
I want somebody.
Somebody?
Brandon Marshall. Our first things first, Brandon Marshall.
Yep.
But I'm gonna tell you who good with their hands, and you might not know. Curtis Martin.
So what?
And we want our get back. That's what. So what?
So you want Curtis Martin to fight Jake Paul
I
now?
want him to fight something. We go get our get back. Y'all nothing to have bragging rights.
This isn't even a fight.
Nope.
This is an exhibition.
No, I know what happens.
How low can you go?
I know you over there. You're like, yeah, we got him. You know, no. We go get our get back. This for the culture. We got to represent. Money, represent.
Represent?
Yep, lump him up.
You represented against Conor McGregor, and it was a worthy fight.
That's
It
okay,
was
we'll
actually
get
a battle.
We gonna lump him up. Yeah, we gonna lump him up.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has made public statements about expanding into real estate, including claims involving large-scale property acquisitions in New York. These statements have drawn attention from observers in the real estate sector, who often rely on public records and official filings to verify ownership changes. In discussions surrounding these claims, some analysts and commentators have pointed out that property transactions of that scale are typically documented through formal records and notifications to relevant housing or regulatory bodies. As a result, Mayweather's statements have been met with scrutiny and questions about how they align with available documentation. This situation has contributed to ongoing public interest in his business activities, particularly as he continues to present himself as a real estate investor alongside his established boxing career.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. I mean, we all know him, the tremendous, talented boxer, but people don't realize how smart he is in business, especially real estate. He just did a blockbuster deal, forget about it. Upper Manhattan, 1,000 units consisting of 60 buildings, affordable housing, $402 million purchase price. The seller, Black Spruce Management. This is going to be a monster huge deal. Already a very big portion of it already closed. The remaining portion should be closing the beginning of 2025. This is a guy who believes in long-term wealth, generational wealth. He's heavily involved in skyscrapers. Now he's getting very, very big in affordable housing in Upper Manhattan. Tremendous deal. $402 million. Once again, 1,000 units, 60 buildings. Forget about it, Maron. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart. That's generational wealth, in my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial planner, but very, very impressed. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Not too shabby. V for victory.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been the subject of reporting and public discussion regarding his claimed real estate activities. In an attempt to verify such claims, some journalists have reported encountering limited or inconsistent responses from individuals said to be connected to his business ventures. According to these accounts, certain representatives have provided confirmations without offering on-record statements, while other communications described by reporters included individuals introducing themselves with names that could not be independently verified at the time. These details have contributed to continued scrutiny and questions about the clarity and documentation of the reported property acquisitions. As with many business-related claims involving public figures, the situation remains part of ongoing reporting and public interest, with observers rely on official records and verifiable disclosures to confirm the full extent of any transactions.
What's the point of buying 62 buildings? You buy a couple.
I'm not 62 units, I think, right?
No, 62 units could be one building.
Yeah, it could be.
They got buildings with 90 units and
Yeah, it's
100
true.
and some units.
He has 62 multifamily units. That's what it says. So that's 62 buildings. Like you just said, it's probably
so
62
think about
buildings.
it.
Yeah.
If he has that, some of the buildings might not be in the best condition.
Right.
So knock it down and build, or knock, if they're side by side, knock both of them down. Don't renew rents. Let them move out and then build a skyscraper.
Right.
Or if he makes commercial properties out of some of those.
That's what I'm saying.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been linked in public discussions to statements describing a personal interest in real estate tied to his upbringing and experiences, according to accounts attributed to individuals speaking on his behalf. This interest has been framed as a motivation to invest in housing that aligns with communities similar to where he grew up. Observers and critics, however, have questioned how such narratives align with verifiable details of reported transactions, pointing out that emotional explanations alone do not substitute for documented ownership records and transparent disclosures. This has led to continued scrutiny from those seeking clarity on the specifics of any alleged property investments and the extent to which public claims match available evidence.
He's collecting rent, hustlers. You know how much rent that is? And guess what? I don't know his paperwork, but obviously if you spent that much in real estate, it looks like he spent it in one shot, but even if he didn't, but usually he did. And if he dealt with the same person, you get a deal, right? So through these deals, he's making money. It's definitely an income situation. They're all apartments. It's not a commercial building. They're all apartment buildings, which are commercial, but they're apartments. So guess what? $402 million in real estate. Hey, he's $500 million in real estate just off apartment.
Mayweather's interest in real estate has increased over time. Yet as his statements become more assertive, some professionals in the industry believe the extent of his investments may be overstated. Although his intention appears to combine financial growth with community impact, the lack of clear records alongside bold claims has raised questions about how accurate those assertions really are. As a result, the public remains divided, weighing both admiration and doubt when evaluating his reported portfolio.
Hey, who said Floyd ain't still out here doing big deals? Money Mayweather just inked a massive $402 million real estate deal in New York City, buying up 60 apartment buildings from Black Spruce Management, the equivalent of 1,000 apartment units. Now, Floyd said the goal is to be able to provide affordable housing to families that need it. Most of the units are located in Upper Manhattan. And he said that when he was a kid, his dream was just to be able to own a home, and that you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. Damn, Floyd just bought the block. I'm proud of Floyd. He's come a long way. This is a guy who was once seen burning money in a nightclub. He spent $17 million on a watch. Not to pocket watch him, but people looked at him for years like, yo, he wastes a lot of money. Does he ever give back? And now he's providing affordable housing? Damn, Money Mayweather's come a long way. This is a real good look. It shows evolution. It shows maturity. Not to mention, it's always great to see another person of color become a landlord in New York City.
Before any of these disputes emerged, Floyd Mayweather Jr. established his financial foundation by relying heavily on self-belief and personal control over his decisions. He notably wagered $750,000 on one of his own fights, a daring action that signaled the starter's approach to handling money and opportunities. From that moment onward, he chose to manage his earnings and ventures independently rather than depending on conventional financial guidance. While many supporters viewed this independent approach as motivating, it also introduced certain risks that have become more noticeable over time.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top-Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. took a different path from many athletes by choosing not to rely on a traditional manager to handle his affairs. Instead, he personally oversaw negotiations and financial agreements, giving him complete control over his career decisions. This hands-on approach allowed him to maximize earnings and contributed to his status as one of the highest-earning athletes in sports history. At the same time, handling everything independently also meant that any errors or unfavorable decisions rested solely on him, without the buffer of a dedicated management team. As a result, his strategy highlights a balance between autonomy and risk, where the same independence that enabled his success also increases exposure to potential financial missteps.
I think with Floyd, he's never had a manager as well, right? He's always negotiated his own deals. Is that what kind of led to as well? If he didn't have to cut a
It's not that he ain't got a manager, but he has got a manager. So he's can't remember his name now. So he's got a man, an elderly fella that's always with him, and but he does everything goes through him. Everything. Floyd ain't very clever, believe me. But training wise, man's a genius, and it's hard work, dedication. Don't matter how good you are. I mean, I am world class as an athlete, but I never trained like the top boys. I just thought, don't worry, because I love a row, I love the fighting. Let's just turn up.
Yeah.
I mean, but after 3-4 rounds, if I ain't knocked you out, got sting coming at my ass.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. often contrasts his era with today's digital landscape, pointing out that building influence during his rise required far more effort and time than it does now. He has explained that in the past, gaining visibility meant consistent performance and persistence, rather than the instant reach available through modern platforms. In his view, the effort required to earn attention in his generation makes his impact more meaningful. However, some critics argue that he continues to rely on that established reputation, while certain present-day decisions may be affecting how that legacy is perceived.
You and Taylor Swift?
Probably Taylor Swift.
Yeah?
Taylor Swift didn't come up in the same era as me. But I don't know if Taylor Swift can be relevant. Almost 30 years.
I was around, but the Floyd effect, the Taylor Swift effect.
Yes.
Like, you both have maximized and push the envelope and really just set the bar for everybody else that's coming after you.
But in today's time, there's different. You can push one button and 8 billion people can see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember how I got to the top, I had to grind, I had to wrap vehicles, take them across country with my face on it. I go a month straight doing interviews every day from morning to night to build myself.
Yeah.
So I come from nothing, but now push a button, and all you gotta do is sit back and watch. If I had a head start like these fighters nowadays, man, what? I have every belt in box.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has made public claims about earning very high monthly income while continuing to pursue revenue through exhibition bouts even after retiring from professional boxing. These appearances have kept him active in the spotlight and tied to large-scale commercial events that attract significant audience interest. Among fans and commentators, hypothetical matchups, such as a rematch with Conor McGregor, are often discussed as potential major revenue-generating events due to their widespread appeal. However, such discussions also raise questions about how additional high-profile exhibitions might influence perceptions of Mayweather's legacy. As a result, opinions remain divided between viewing these opportunities as lucrative business moves and considering their possible impact on how his career is ultimately remembered.
What would be the value in seeing it a second time? The first one wasn't bad, but the whole thing was this notion of suspense and unpredictability. And what would it be? Well, you got to see what it was. He got marched down and beaten up.
Yeah, it seems like Floyd might realize within himself that that's the last giant money fight he can make. It would have to be as close to a real fight as possible. I mean, it's a Conor who can still throw his hands, although to your point, the brand is damaged and, you know, he needs a win badly in the UFC to revive that. But I wonder if Floyd at 45 is saying to himself, if I've got to fight one more time, a real fight, and that Logan fight was weird, and Floyd, I think, didn't expect to have to navigate it the way he did. I wonder if Floyd thinks this is it. But even that could be a trap fight for him, Luke, because of his age. You never know, okay? But to your point, it's hard to get amped up for it unless one or both of them is sort of riding a certain level of momentum.
That's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and see you next time.